Please give a hand for Erik Dobell. Here we go. Welcome, Erik.
Howdy.
I have to ask you first, right off the bat here, because I know I'm not the only one who has asked, what in the world is chicanery?
Chicanery means trickery or mischief.
Trickery, okay.
Yes, there's nothing violent about chicanery.
Nothing violent.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically, I'm using psychological trickery to give the illusion of psychic powers.
Okay, okay. Where did, let's just start back as far as you can think. Now, I saw...
That's yesterday.
So it's very short-term memory then.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I noticed from your website that you had you were an irritant to your parents for always asking the question, why?
Yes, an irritant to my parents and everybody around me, and actually I'm still an irritant.
Okay, okay. Well, share with us why and how that brought you to this point, because that's the beginning.
Yeah, well, I was a very inquisitive child. I was one of those kids that would ask why all the time instead of just finding out on their own. Then I eventually did discover the library, of course. And how this relates to how I got started in this is that one of the reasons I got specifically into mentalism is for a long time I had an interest in the paranormal, and psychics specifically. And I wanted to find out what was really going on with these people.
Oh, okay.
And I found out that they were actually doing what I'm doing. They're using
Really?
psychological chicanery.
Okay. Cool. So, was there a person, an individual that you maybe saw doing this that you got inspiration from?
Oh, yeah. There's been a lot of mentalists like that. James Randi, although not a mentalist, he was one of the things that really inspired me to get into mentalism. Kreskin, Penn and Teller, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then, where did you actually start doing? Did you start out doing magic, or did you start doing...
I started doing magic, yeah. It was actually in Ithaca, New York, because I'm originally from New York. Nobody else is here from New York, okay. Gosh, I thought maybe somebody would at least give me a pity. Woo! Now, in Ithaca, New York, I was at this small mall, and there was a guy in a kiosk selling magic tricks. Okay. And he did like the floating match and different things. So I bought a couple things. I went home. And it was this beautiful combination because I've always been kind of a ham. I've always liked being in front of people. I've always liked entertaining. But I've also been sort of introverted. I like to think a lot. I'm always in my own little head. And this is a combination of both. Yeah. Something that requires a lot of thought, and I can show it to people. Yeah. So I just got hooked. Cool. You know, around the same time, I was also in a community theater. And in college, I was learning about the theater. So everything just kind of melded together.
It all kind of blends together, the performance, the entertainment, and the whole thing. Okay. So you were at one point, I don't know if you still are, hooked up with First in Flight Entertainment. Oh,
I still do shows with them. Yeah, yeah. You guys, First in Flight Entertainment. You can look them up on online. It's a local entertainment agency.
Yeah, they're like an entertainer broker for the Triad area, right?
Yes. If you need entertainment, you can call them.
Such as this.
Such as this. This is entertainment.
Yes. So okay, so then you have been doing lots of private parties and those types of events through them, through your own. What is your routine when you do a private function like that?
Oh, it depends what they want. I got 3 or 4 different things I can offer. One of the things they may want, let's say it's a cocktail hour, for example. They may want somebody just kind of mingling with the audience or with their guests. So I might go bounce from group to group and just do little small things for them. I also do a full stage evening show, and I also have a lecture that I do for colleges, usually for the psychology department, on psychics and how they're using psychology to sort of work against people to trick them into thinking they have powers.
Okay, okay.
So I offer a few different things.
Yeah. So what kind of major thing have you been doing most recently here?
Currently, I'm in the talks with a couple of agencies about getting onto cruise ships, which is the next goal now.
Okay, yeah, but there's a lot of activity
that got a
there.
Pop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
because I've never been to New York.
Cruise.
I've seen a cruise ship on TV. Yes. This is cruise ships. Me and you are also in talks about possibly doing a show here, if there's some interest in that, of course.
Yeah, we've had a couple. They weren't all mentalism or...
yeah, we did a couple of variety nights.
Just kind of entertainment in general. We had a clown, and or he wasn't a clown that night.
No, he was a juggler.
But
he's only a clown if he has the makeup.
Right, he can't be called a clown. Otherwise, all he can do is clown.
Did you know that clowns have to have 2 different driver's licenses? Real certified clowns. You guys know that? They have to have their regular driver's license and one with their clown face on it.
Just in case they happen to be driving.
Just in case they get pulled over. He gets pulled over as a clown, yeah. Which, by the way, if you ever see that, it's fantastic. I remember in the small town I used to live in, there was one clown. He drove one of those buggy cars with flowers all over it, and you'd see him once in a while. Small town, there's nothing in this town. Every once in a while, you see this bright yellow car with flowers on it, with a clown driving. It just made everything so bright.
And even funnier with the sirens and the flashing lights behind him.
He didn't go that far.
He didn't go that far.
No, he drove the speed limit.
Okay.
Just squeakily. Clown joke.
Yeah, squeakily.
He had big tires. I'm done. Go on.
Okay. All right. Next. Okay. So everybody probably wants to know at this point what the process is, what it looks like if you haven't ever seen mentalism or this type of thing. So how about let's have a demonstration for
Let's
the
do
audience.
a little demonstration. Let me raise this up real quick because I'm one of those teeny tiny people.
Well, it won't go too far. It's a
Oh.
it's a teeny tiny mic stand.
You knew I was coming.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what else I would use, but thank you. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yes. Oh, mental powers. Oh.
There we go. Hey, got it. High
I
enough.
thought we were going to become good friends for a moment.
Not that
Like,
good.
why, thank you. All right.
Okay, let's get started.
We're going to try a little warm-up test, okay? I like to use cards in my act for a couple different reasons. One of them is it creates, people are familiar with cards. You're familiar with cards, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You play cards?
Not much.
No? Okay, good.
Have,
Yeah.
but not much.
Not much?
Not
You know what
recently.
they all are, though, correct?
Cards?
Yeah, well, like what each card is. Like,
Aren't they just cards?
for example, you know what this one is, right?
That's an 8 of clubs.
8 of clubs. And then this one's the,
4 of diamonds.
yeah, and then the,
Ace of spades.
the death card. This is where people get thrown off a little bit. This right here is not a heart, or it's not an apple bottom, it's a heart. It's like, it's all about perspective, okay? Perspective. So here's what we're going to do. I think probably the quickest way to do this, I'm just going to run my fingers down the deck. You just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Right there. Are you sure?
Might as well.
Are you, you might as well.
Might as well. We stopped.
Take a look at the card you looked at. You can show it to everybody in the audience too, of course.
Pull the top one off.
Yeah, pull the top one off. You got that?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and put it right back there. Now, here's what we're going to do. We don't need this anymore, but right now you have a visual representation in your...
You won't need that at all.
Ouch, no. A visual representation of a card in your mind right now,
Right.
okay? I want you to look me dead in the eyes,
Okay.
okay? Now, I'm going to say some weird things about the card.
Okay.
You can laugh at me all you want, you can make fun of me, but don't say what the card is, okay? And if you guys in the audience and at home actually watch his face while I'm doing this, you may actually pick up on how I'm doing it. Not to put you on the spot, they're judging me, not you.
They seem to be judging me.
I was just trying to make you feel better. So I want you to, the card you're thinking of, it has to be red or black, of course. Okay? I want you to just look me in the eyes. I want you to think about what color this card is. Okay? And if you guys can see, his eyes are staying dead on to me. That tells me one of two things. Either you want to kill me, which would make the rest of this very uncomfortable, or...
For all of us.
Yes, mostly me. Or, the more plausible one, is that the card you're thinking of is black.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. He's not giving me an answer either way, but he's trying to hide back a smirk a little bit. So I'm gonna stick with black. Okay, if it is black, that has to be either a club or a spade, club or a spade, club or a spade. Right in the corner of his mouth, club or spade. And see, it's hidden by the really cute mustache. But you can see just a little bit. His mouth's just going a little bit on club or spade. That's too much.
A twitch. A little more than a twitch.
Are you having a heart attack, sir?
Not quite.
I'm going to say, though, that this is a spade you were thinking of.
Okay.
Okay, that was the same reaction you gave me before, so either I'm really close or I'm really wrong. All right? So if it is a spade, the value has to be an ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, ace, 2, 3, 4, ace, 2, 3, 4, ace, 2, 3, 4. If I'm wrong, will you give me another try?
Well, sure. Couple times.
A couple times, you're kind.
Don't you get 3?
No. 3 of spades.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So... Okay, let's try one more thing. Okay. Now, a little earlier, okay, I was a little nervous about doing this because as you guys can see, he has a very good poker face. You take that however you want. All I know is I'm gonna milk that joke for as long as I can.
It's a good one.
But you do have a very good poker face, and I said I wanted to try something with you, but I wanted to try a little warm-up. That was the warm-up experiment, to see if I could pull this off. So I want everyone in the audience to know exactly what's going on here, okay? You don't know what I'm about to do, of course. right?
Well, I thought I did,
You
but
thought
I
I
guess
did.
I don't now.
We're going off course now.
Okay, here we go. Something different.
But a little earlier, we took a book. You looked at a word in the book, and then you wrote it down, correct? And I had you look at the word to create sort of a visual representation. I had you write the word down to create a visual representation so it could really cement itself, burn itself in your mind, okay? You remember what that word was, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been thinking about it periodically?
I have.
Okay, and I had a feeling about this. Just keep focusing on that word. Keep focusing on that word. See what I said about Poker Face? He's not falling for that at all. Word. This is a long word, isn't it? Longish, about 7 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't have to be exact. I said
It's
about.
not exact.
Yeah. Interesting. This isn't an object. This isn't a name. And I know this because you didn't say I was wrong there. This is some sort of a. Okay. Think of just one of the letters in the word. Just think of one. You got one?
Yeah.
I'm getting a very strong impression of the letter N, but I'm not sure if that's what you were thinking of. It's not, is it?
No.
But it is in the word, isn't it? It's actually pretty close to whatever letter you were thinking of. Just keep focusing on the letter. Keep focusing on the word. Keep focusing on the word. Making me sweat, Jim. My marker's dying a little bit. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
If I say the word elephant, what's the first word to pop into your head?
Tusk.
Of course.
I don't recall whether that was actually the first word that popped in my head.
We all know it was me. If I'm wrong, we're totally not putting this online. Jim. I'm really nervous. For the first time out loud, what's the word you were thinking of?
Yonder.
Yonder. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. I am soaked with sweat right now.
Well, I'm so glad that worked out because we didn't want to let anybody down with that.
No.
Well, thank you. What do you have coming up here in the near future?
I'm actually going to be recording a TV show in a couple of days. I can't say much about that right now because it's a little secretive. But if you go to my website, www.erikdobell.com, ERIKDOBELL, you sign up for the newsletter, check the blog out, you'll find out more information about upcoming shows. I got quite a few coming up in the summer. I want to thank you very much.
Let's give a big hand for Erik Dobell.
Thank you.